She was just a janitor making her way through the gala. One spill of juice shattered her night. The woman who mocked her had no idea someone powerful was watching. And that moment would change everything. Jada Morrison walked through the grand hall of the East Side Community Center, a place bursting with glittering lights, polished marble floors, and guests dressed in designer gowns and sharp suits. The annual gala was the city's biggest charity event, and for Jada, it was another night on the sidelines. Her janitor's uniform was crisp but simple, marked by years of hard work and long hours. She balanced a tray stacked with glasses of orange juice, moving carefully through the crowd. This wasn't her world. Not really. From the corner of her eye, she caught a flash of movement. Vivian Clark, socialite and heiress to a real estate empire. Vivian glided toward the refreshment table, radiating confidence and entitlement. Her smile was sharp, eyes hidden behind oversized sunglasses. Vivian wasn't here to mingle or celebrate. She was here to be seen, and to remind everyone who owned the city. Jada felt the tension in the air shift as Vivian approached. Guests parted like the Red Sea. Without warning, Vivian reached out and shoved past Jada, knocking the tray sharply. Juice glasses toppled. Bright orange liquid splashed across Jada's chest and the floor. The crowd gasped. Vivian smirked, her voice loud enough for everyone to hear. "Oh dear, you really should pay more attention. Or maybe this isn't the place for you at all." Laughter rippled through the guests. Some looked away, uncomfortable. Others whispered, amused. Jada's cheeks burned, but she didn't move. Her eyes locked on Vivian, fierce and unflinching. Vivian continued, voice dripping with disdain. "You're nothing but a janitor, a stain on this evening. Don't forget it." Jada swallowed the lump in her throat. She'd faced hard days before, but this cut deeper than any mop or bucket ever could. From across the room, Malik Sterling watched silently. The billionaire tech entrepreneur was rarely seen at events like this. Tonight, he wasn't just an observer, he was a witness. He saw the deliberate cruelty, the social divide, and he saw the strength in Jada's quiet dignity. Something inside Malik stirred. This was more than a spill. This was a challenge, and he would not let it go unanswered. The murmurs of the crowd buzzed in the aftermath. A few guests glanced at Jada with thinly veiled sympathy. Most looked away, pretending not to notice the scene. Jada's supervisor, Mr. Ramirez, appeared at her side. His face was tight, embarrassed. "Jada, clean this up, quickly," he said quietly. "We can't have this scene." Jada nodded, swallowing hard. She didn't trust Mr. Ramirez's eyes, not because he wasn't kind, but because he was trapped in the system. As she fetched towels and mop, her mind raced. Vivian's words echoed louder than the music or laughter. "You're nothing but a janitor, a stain." At home, Elijah waited. Her little brother's dreams gave her purpose. She wouldn't let Vivian's cruelty define her. If you're enjoying this story, kindly do us a favor and subscribe to our channel. It is free and won't cost anything, but it means the world to us. We are just a small channel trying to grow. And do not forget to comment where you're watching from. Thank you, and back to our video. As the gala buzzed on, Malik Sterling watched Jada's steady composure from across the room. When the crowd shifted toward the main hall, he quietly approached Mr. Ramirez. "She showed incredible strength tonight," Malik said softly. "I want to speak with her. Somewhere private." Mr. Ramirez nodded and pointed toward a quiet lounge off the ballroom. Malik Sterling found Jada in the quiet lounge, wiping the stubborn orange stains from her uniform with slow, careful movements. Her face was calm but tired, the evening's humiliation still fresh beneath the surface. "Jada Morrison?" Malik's voice was soft but firm. She looked up, startled, eyes wary yet curious. "Yes, I'm Malik Sterling." He offered a steady hand. "I wanted to tell you, I saw how you handled yourself tonight. Not many could have stayed so composed." Jada hesitated but shook his hand. "Thank you. Before Malik could say more, the lounge door slammed open with a harsh bang. Vivian Clark stood framed in the doorway, her sharp heels clicking against the polished floor. Her gaze was like ice. "So this is where the janitor hides," she spat, voice dripping with venom. "Getting cozy with the billionaire now? I should have known you'd try to play above your station." Jada straightened, fists clenched at her sides, ready for the inevitable storm. Malik stepped between them, voice low but commanding. "Enough, Vivian." Vivian laughed, bitter and cutting. "Enough? You think you can tell me what's enough? I've seen what people like you do. Use others to climb the ladder, then throw them away like trash." Jada's eyes flashed. "You have no idea what I've been through." Vivian's smirk deepened. "Please, you think anyone here cares about your struggles? You're a janitor, a background detail, not the main act." Malik's jaw tightened. "You're wrong. Jada is a person of strength and dignity. Something you clearly don't understand." Vivian's voice dropped, venomous. "Careful, Malik. You don't know the world you're stepping into." Jada took a breath, voice steady. "I don't need your permission to be here, or to be respected." The tension thickened, the air crackling with unspoken threats. Suddenly, a well-known socialite nearby, who had witnessed the exchange, stepped forward. "Vivian, this behavior is disgraceful. We won't tolerate this at the gala." More heads turned. Murmurs grew. Vivian's confidence flickered. Malik gave Jada a subtle nod. "You're not alone, and this ends tonight." Vivian's eyes narrowed, then she swept past them, leaving a trail of cold disdain. As the door closed behind her, the room seemed to breathe again. Malik turned to Jada. "You handled that incredibly." Jada exhaled slowly. "It's not over." "No," Malik agreed. "But it's just the beginning." The morning sun slipped through the threadbare curtains of Jada Morrison's apartment, casting soft light on a world that felt, for once, different. She sat quietly at the kitchen table, the worn surface scratched with years of family dinners and homework sessions. Elijah was still asleep in the next room, safe for now in the small haven they shared. Jada's phone buzzed, a message from Monique. Malik called. "Wants to meet you at the center this afternoon. Something important." Her chest tightened, excitement mixed with the familiar coil of nerves. The world she knew was shifting, but the weight of Vivian Clark's venom still loomed. At the community center, Malik Sterling waited in a modest conference room. His presence was calm but commanding, the weight of his reputation balanced by an unassuming demeanor. Jada entered, cautious but curious. "I wanted to see you again," Malik began, his tone sincere. "Last night I saw strength few possess, not just in how you handled Vivian's cruelty, but in how you carry yourself every day." Jada nodded. "I've lived long enough to know words like hers don't define me." Malik smiled. "Good, because I want to help you rise above this. Not as a charity case, but as an equal." He slid a folder across the table. Inside was an acceptance letter, a full scholarship to a prestigious hospitality management program. "This is the first step," Malik said. "I'm also sponsoring mentorships, internships, and training opportunities. But it won't be easy. People like Vivian will fight every step of the way." Jada's eyes shimmered with a mix of hope and determination. True to Malik's warning, Vivian's shadow darkened Jada's path. Back at the center, rumors spread like wildfire. Anonymous notes appeared in Jada's locker, warning her to know her place. Social media whispered venomous lies, questioning her motives and character. One afternoon, as Jada prepared to leave class, a group of students whispered behind her back, their words sharp and cruel. But Jada refused to let the poison take root. Monique stood by her side, a steady ally. "Don't listen to them," she said firmly. "We see who you really are." Behind the scenes, Malik acted swiftly. He met with the community center's board, demanding stricter policies against harassment and discrimination. His influence was undeniable. He arranged for Jada to intern at one of his luxury hotels, a world apart from the community center, but one where she could prove her talents. Her first day was overwhelming. The gleaming lobby, the polished staff, the high expectations. Yet Jada thrived under pressure. Her mentor, Simone, a woman who had risen from humble beginnings herself, guided Jada with wisdom and patience. Strength isn't just about standing tall, Simone told her. It's about knowing when to bend without breaking. Jada's days became a balancing act. Work, classes, family, and fighting back against the relentless attacks from Vivian's camp. But each challenge forged her stronger. Her story began to attract attention. Local news featured her rise, framing her not as a victim but a warrior. Malik watched proudly from the sidelines, his faith in Jada growing with every step she took. Just when the tide seemed to turn, Vivian struck hard. She leaked a fabricated story to a tabloid, claiming Jada was using Malik's influence for personal gain, a gold digger scheming behind the scenes. The scandal exploded overnight. Jada's phone blew up with calls, messages, and hateful comments. At a press conference the next day, Malik stood beside Jada, his voice unwavering. Jada Morrison is not a charity case or a scandal. She is one of the most hardworking, honest people I have ever met. Anyone who questions her integrity should question their own values. The crowd erupted in applause. Jada felt tears sting her eyes, not from pain, but from the power of being truly seen. That night, Jada returned home to Elijah, her heart lighter but battle-ready. Malik's promise was real. Vivian's shadow was long, but Jada was longer. Together, they would rewrite the story. Of course, Vivian wasn't going to back down easily. Jada Morrison's phone buzzed relentlessly, each notification more venomous than the last. The latest message was a dagger wrapped in silk. Everyone knows you're just a puppet. Your rise is temporary. You'll fall soon enough. She stared at the screen, heart pounding but spirit unbroken. This city was watching, the stakes higher than ever, and Vivian Clark's shadow loomed large, refusing to relinquish its grip. The charity gala was alive with whispers and flashing cameras as Jada stepped into the grand ballroom. Every eye seemed to pierce her, some with curiosity, others with thinly veiled disdain. But she walked in with her head held high, the weight of Vivian's whispers a distant echo against the drumbeat of her determination. Vivian's gaze locked onto Jada instantly, a predator sensing its prey. Striding across the room, her smile was a razor's edge, eyes gleaming with malice. Well, if it isn't the janitor turned princess, Vivian hissed loud enough to turn heads. Did Malik teach you to play the game? Or is your rise just blind luck? Jada's eyes burned with fierce resolve. This isn't luck. It's hard work and every scar earned along the way. A cruel laugh escaped Vivian's lips. Earned? You're nothing but a pawn in Malik's game. And pawns fall. Before Jada could respond, Malik stepped up beside her, calm and resolute. Vivian, that's enough. Vivian's eyes narrowed dangerously. And who are you to silence me? Malik's voice dropped, cold as steel. Someone who's done watching you poison lives. You've underestimated Jada, but tonight that ends. Suddenly, the room's lights flickered. Silence blanketed the crowd. The event organizer took the stage, clearing his throat. Ladies and gentlemen, a surprise award tonight, recognizing those who have risen through adversity to lead our community forward. Spotlights cut through the darkness, centering on Jada. A collective gasp rose from the crowd. Vivian's smirk vanished, replaced by raw fury. Jada stepped forward, chest swelling with defiance. I stand here not because of wealth or privilege, she declared, voice steady and powerful, but because of every struggle that tried to break me. I refused to be invisible. Thunderous applause followed, voices echoing with genuine admiration. Vivian's face twisted with rage, but no one paid her any mind. Outside, Malik intercepted Vivian, voice low and sharp. "You've lost, Vivian. This city won't tolerate your games anymore." Her glare promised war, but Malik's confidence didn't waver. Later, atop the rooftop overlooking the glittering cityscape, Jada and Malik stood side by side. "This is just the beginning," Malik said quietly. Jada's eyes burned bright. "Let them come." The fight for respect, dignity, and justice was far from over, but Jada was ready. Stronger, louder, and impossible to ignore. If you enjoyed our story, subscribe to our channel for more inspiring story and don't forget to like and share.